Hi, very good evening. So this first part of the session will try to focus on multiple choice questions from the morning's topic. So morning we had discussion of direct filling code. So we shall discuss few multiple choice questions. We have framed few MCQs, and after completing those MCQs and discussion will break. We'll take 5 minute break, and then we'll proceed with the most important topic: bonding agents, dentin bonding agents, and also at the end of the session, at the end of the second session, we'll have discussion pertaining to, we'll have some MCQs related to dentin bonding agents as well. So, very good evening once again. Hi, Bernice, Prithvi, Neetu, Ashina. Hi, Pooja. Hi, Srish, Regina, Neha. Hi, Neha. Hi, Gina, Nidhi. Hi, David. Thank you for your positive comment. Hi, Sadhana. Hi, Anuvali. A very good evening. So we'll have some MCQs discussion. So I hope you have followed morning's textbook discussion. So we'll start with few multiple choice questions, right? Pertaining to direct filling code. So coming to the first question, so we have two statements here. Right. So since we have this new pattern, by the way, we have modified test series partially. We have converted all demo tests and daily tests into negative based tests. So you'll be having 1/4 negative marking. You can just give few demo tests and daily tests for an idea, and gradually in phased manner. And from now onwards, all the new tests will be in negative pattern only, right? 4 marks for the right answer and -1 mark for the wrong answer, and 0 mark for if you don't attempt by chance, right? So make sure that you have that in your mind while answering MCQs in this session as well. So we have two statements. Statement one: malleability refers to the ability to be elongated or thinned plastically without fracturing. Statement two: ductility is ability to be hammered into thin sheets without fracturing. So we have two statements, statement one and two. Answer them accordingly, like which statement is true and which statement is false. So option A, statement one is true, statement two is false. Option B, statement one is false, statement two is true. Option C, both statements are true. Option D, both statements are false. Hi Devna, very good evening. Yes, Ashina, Bernice, Devna, Gina, Neetu, and Nidhi. You say both statements are false. And we have some added graphics also. Hi Akarsh. Yes, Sadhana. So, malleability is nothing but ability to form thin shades, and gold can be reduced to a thickness of 0.00013 mm. Right, so that's the potential pertaining to the malleability of gold. And ductility is the ability to draw into thin wires. And gold, 1 ounce, approximately 29 grams, can be drawn into a wire of 100 kilometers length approximately. So it shows that gold is both malleable as well as ductile. Malleability is something to do with thickness or ability to be hammered into sheets, whereas ductility is ability to draw into wires. Right? So yes, Neha. So both statements are false. Exactly. Yes, Regina. So good that we have an unanimous answer again. So you have no negative marks. Right. We'll proceed with the second question. Hi Abhishek, very good evening. By the way, we have updated one video in our dental materials section of e-classes. one video on a few additional concepts, like we have covered some ceramics, some other additional points in form of MCQs. You can refer our e-classes site for more information. Yes, in the meantime, rest of you can answer the first question. Yes, Abhishek. Yeah, Sirisha, very good evening. Hi, Gaushani, good evening. Yes, Anavali, both statements are false. Yes, exactly, Abhishek. A reverse would have been true. Yes, Anavali, right. So we have our second question. High quality gold restorations can be obtained by all except option A, using appropriate gold form for specific clinical situation. Option B, dry operating field. Option C, proper condensation of material with correct instruments and cavity. Option D, purity of gold. So, high quality gold restorations can be obtained by all except. Abhishek, no sorries. You will land up with negative marking. So, in fact, this format is quite good as it allows you to be more careful while choosing your options. Yes, Gina, Prithvi, Megha, Neetu, Neha. Hi, Prithvi. Yes, Sadhana and Devna. So, in order to obtain high quality gold restorations, as we have discussed, four principles have to be met. The first one is using the appropriate form of gold in a particular clinical situation, as we discussed in the morning, for example. If you're trying to build up the entire core of entire bulk of restoration, then we use this electrolytic precipitate, as we discussed. Similarly, each one has to be used in appropriate context. And second one is using gold wherever it's indicated, like, for example, it has to be used in areas where it just fills up. The exact lines are given in your latest edition of Phillips. Like it has to be indicated in non-stress bearing areas. Non-stress bearing areas like small class ones, even small class twos, threes, fives, and six. All these kinds of classes of cavities. And also, it's indicated like in order to have this high quality restoration, the operating area has to be dry. So isolation is very important, and rubber dam isolation is mandatory, as we've seen. And also, most importantly, proper condensation of material in the cavity, as it is technique sensitive. There has to be this cold welding, there has to be strain hardening, so it's technique sensitive. So once these four objectives are met, once these four principles are satisfied, then we can anticipate a restoration, a high quality gold restoration, right? So among all the options, A, B, and C are necessary for high quality gold restorations. Even the purity of gold is important, but purity of gold is the basic thing. So there is nothing specific like we need to have a pure gold in order to obtain a high quality restoration, right? So among the given options, option D is more appropriate. So all of the following high quality gold restorations can be obtained by all except, right? Option D is the appropriate answer. Hi, Preeti. Yeah, you say you're late by 9 minutes. Okay. We just discussed one multiple choice question. You can just go through the live chat, you'll find it. Exactly. Yeah. So Abhishek, now you say you didn't say accept. We often are prone for these kind of errors. We overlook questions. That's human. That's human in nature. So it's a practice which helps us to overcome these kind of, minor hurdles, right? And anyways, don't mind. Be careful. Speed is not necessary. Okay. From now onwards, it's not like who answers first. It's not nothing like that. We'll see to that. Even though if you take time, see to that you give a more appropriate answer among the given options, right? Yeah. So initially we'll do practice that way, and with time, with more and more live sessions, we'll see that even speed also is incorporated simultaneously. Yeah. So high quality gold restorations can be obtained by all except option D, purity of gold. Right. So Prithvi has a proposal. Yes, exactly, Ashina. Purity is also important, but it's not that. See, it is. I mean, it's understood that gold has to be used in pure form. It's understood because the only metals which are used in pure form include your gold as well as titanium. So there is nothing a separate entity like pure form of gold has to be used. It's already understood that only a pure form of gold is available for use. So among the given options, I mean, if you go through your textbook literature as we discussed in the morning, pure form of gold is essential, but it's not even considered as a criteria because it's already understood that the gold which you're using is already pure. So you're beyond that. So among the given options, among the given options, obviously, which one do you think is more appropriate? The reason why I've incorporated this is intentionally to make sure that you have this more appropriate approach. Like you should answer options which is considerably more appropriate, comparatively more appropriate than the rest of the options. I hope you got my intention, or you still have any doubt or question, you can just drop a message. We'll have some discussion. Yes, Neha, that's true. Even if the answer is wrong, still we're learning something new. True. Agreed. Yes, Prithvi has a proposal. So Prithvi says, I think we all should count at the end of every day MCQ session that how many questions we answered right or wrong, and write our respective score in 2 minute break. That way we can create healthy competition. That's good. That's very good idea. I'm not sure how many of you would agree with that. Even I mean, that's very good. So you can, every one of you, rather than me noting down all your scores, it will be quite impossible for me. So each one of you can just frankly write down 1 to 10 questions as a serial number. So you can just add up +4 for the right and -1 for the wrong answer, frankly, and then project your score onto the screen. That's a very good suggestion given by Prithvi. I mean, if you all agree, we shall definitely incorporate that from now itself, from this session itself. Yeah, right. So we'll just proceed with the third question for today. Hardness of pure gold and cold welded gold. So it's a memory based one. Of course, we're going to have a lot many memory based questions from dental materials topic. As Abhishek rightly pointed out, he didn't see that except even we all commonly face this problem while giving any test. Even recently, even I was overlooking some of the questions. Like I don't know exactly like how our mind works, but there are chances or there are times where even how much perfection you try to maintain, there can be chances for error because humans are error prone. They're not perfect like machines, right? So you should be careful and we should answer every question considering that it would make a drastic difference in your results. Every question, whether it's irrespective of its difficulty index, it should be considered very important. We have a third question. Hardness of pure gold and cold welded gold is 22 kHn and 90 kHn respectively, 90 kHn and 22 kHn respectively, 22 VHN and 90 VHN respectively, 90 VHN and 22 VHN respectively. KHN is Snoop hardness number, VHS is Vickers hardness number. So which among the following is the right answer, or which represents the hardness of gold? So we discussed many properties of gold. We're seeing that gold is the only metal in dentistry, used in dentistry, having the highest density, 19.6 grams per centimeter cube approximately. And also we're seeing that malleability and ductility are so unique. We have discussed that already. And it's a noble metal. It doesn't chemically react, but there can be surface absorption of various impurities or gases, right? And also regarding hardness, we discussed that gold, pure gold is very soft, but on cold working or cold welding, there is something called a strain hardening, which leads to increase in hardness and strength and decrease in percentage elongation, right? So also we have discussed the values of a strain hardened gold. So is it Vickers hardness number or no hardness number? So to intentionally create this confusion, I've added these options. Yeah, new student is asking for permission from outside. Yeah, sure. Soumya, trophy. Yeah, type 1, I mean, we have this, I mean, you have seen this wrought metal alloys, we have this type 1 gold, type 2 gold. So type 1 gold hardness is 50 to 75 Vickers hardness number. Type 2 is up to 90 Vickers hardness number. Trophy, trophy. Aye. He's playing. So from morning he has been playing so intensely. You can see. Toffee, say hi. Say hi. Toffee, say hi. Toffee. Toffee. Yeah, HV, or yeah, it's exactly represented as HV, but in the latest edition it's also mentioned as VHN, right? Yeah. So is it option A or option C? So Vickers hardness number, we use Vickers hardness number for estimating the hardness of gold. So option C, 22 Vickers hardness number is the hardness value of pure gold, that is it's soft comparatively, and cold welded or strain hardened gold, the hardness value is 90 Vickers hardness number. Option C is the right answer, right? So I hope it's clear. Gina, Abhishek, Regina, and rest of you. Hmm? Huh? Okay. Some your door. Yeah. So Vickers hardness number, right? So option C is the right answer. So hardness of pure gold is 22 Vickers hardness number, and cold welded is 90. I mean, it can reach up to 90. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Priti, you're right. So we have our fourth question. Standard number 4, gold foil. Number 4 indicates dimensions 4 into 4 inch, thickness 0.51 microns, weight 0.259 grams. Option D, none of the above. So which among the following is represented by the number 4? Dennis, you have no option of keeping a question mark. If you put a question mark, I'll consider that as a wrong answer and I'll give you negative marking. I think we had some disturbance in streaming. Is it streaming fine now? Yeah, so what is the right answer? So we have mixed response, option A, option C, option B. Almost all options are covered. Okay, yes, Nazreen. Okay, I'll just try to we'll have some brief explanation here. Let's see if it is breaking or let me know if it is still breaking or streaming fine. Because it seems to be streaming fine now. Okay, so number 4, the number indicates that the weight of a particular foil in grains. So we have this grains, I mean, for example, if I say 4 grains, it means the weight is 4, which translates to 0.259 grams. And the dimensions are for all gold foils are available in dimensions of 4 into 4 inch or 100 into 100 mm. And we have thickness, standard thickness of 0.51 microns for number 4, 0.39 approximately for number 3. So we have these variations given. Also, we have 16 grains, 20 grains, etc. So the number indicates the weight of a particular gold foil, right? So the weight of number 4 gold foil is 0.259 grams. Is it still breaking? Because it is streaming fine for me. So standard number 4 gold foil is supplied as 100 into 100 mm or 4 into 4 inch sheet that weighs 4 grains or 0.259 grams and thickness of 0.51 microns. And standard number 3, so based on 4 you can calculate 3 obviously, and he has given the information in old edition. Number 3 gold foil weighs 3 grains or 0.194 grams and the thickness is 0.38 microns, right? Right. So from this, we can clearly understand that the number which is given to a gold foil represents its weight in grains, right? So even though A, B, C options are true, number 4, the question is on number 4 indicates what? So number 4 indicates the weight of the foil in grains or grams. It is 4 grains or 0.259 grams, right? So option C is the right answer. Yeah, so we have some mixed response here. So I hope I've clarified this because morning also we had this clear-cut discussion that the number indicates the weight of a foil in grams in grains, right? You can convert them into convertible. So I hope it's clear, right? Okay. Yeah, it's option C. We'll have our final question in direct filling gold. Yeah. Yes, all statements are correct, but try answering the question, right? So the question is on what does the number indicate? So we have assertion and reason. Yeah, thanks, Bernice. So we have assertion and reason. So try answering it in this form. I'll give you the option first and then I'll post the question. Option A, assertion and reason are true and reason justifies assertion. Option B, assertion and reason are true but reason doesn't justify assertion. Option C, assertion is true, a reason is false. Option D, assertion is false, a reason is true. So try answering in this format. So the question is, assertion, ammonia treated foil is called cohesive gold. And reason, ammonia forms protective gas film to ensure cleanliness of foil. So since ammonia forms this protective layer, it gets absorbed, so it maintains cleanliness, and that's why we call that as cohesive gold. Because only when the gold is clean, it has this cohesiveness, and then there can be better intermetallic or better metallic bond, which, which is ensured in case of your gold welding, isn't it? Okay, last question I want you to answer real quick so that we can take a break and then we can come back again. And also, as Prithvi said, we'll try to have this projection of scores so that we can have some idea like how exactly it's happening. So, Bernice, what is that OPS? Yes, Sirisha, Mega, Bernice, Preeti, Gina. Yes, Gaushini. Yes, Prithvi. Yes, Ashina. Sirisha, Gina. I'm trying to hide my expression, but it's really not that easy for me. You know what? When I was answering questions in Viva, I still remember one of my favorite professors, Dr. Suresh from Public Health Dentistry. So, chairside Viva, when he was asking me questions, I was just laughing. Laughing in the sense I had this smiling face. He was so good. He was not at all rude. Like, he just told me, why are you laughing? Or why are you smiling? Is it by nature or do you see any sarcasm on my face? That's the thing he asked me. And I still continued laughing. So later, I mean, he is my guru, and we still have this wonderful relation, and he's also my source of inspiration. So I have this problem of not able to cover my expression. Abhishek, you say both statements are false. Okay. Hi, Anil. A very good evening. Okay. Do you want me to give the answer? Options, okay, it doesn't matter if you don't remember the options. Or, okay, let me give you the options. Assertion and reason are true, and reason justifying assertion. Assertion, reason are true. Reason doesn't justify assertion. Assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is false, reason is true. See, obviously, when assertion is false, you'll not have this question of justifying or not justifying, right? So that's the option C and D. You don't have this justification as your as a part of your option. Hi, Sashank. A very good evening. So, ammonia treated foil. See, gold is cohesive in nature, but once there is surface absorption or surface impurities added or adsorbed, then it becomes non-cohesive. We supply gold in form of a non-cohesive form so that it doesn't get contaminated. So we're intentionally adding up ammonia to make your gold, to make the gold foil non-cohesive so that it doesn't get contaminated with other gases. So ammonia adsorbed direct filling gold, it's called as non-cohesive gold. So assertion is false. But the reason is true. Ammonia forms a protective gas film to ensure cleanliness of foil so that there will be better metallic bond formation during gold welding. So reason is true, but the assertion is false. And we have this process of desorption, as Abhishek rightly pointed out. So desorption or degassing, so we annealing, right? So desorption is the most appropriate term. We do it in order to eliminate these absorbed gases, isn't it? So I hope it's clear. So option A is for, assertion is false and reason is true. So it's option D. Okay, now just take 2 minutes and just give your score, and we'll see how your performance has been so far. Okay, just take 2 to 5 minutes and make it as fast as possible. We'll break and we have to start with bonding agents in the next session. Yeah, out of 20, how many? Nidhi, your score is minus 16 or is it 16? Okay, Bernice, come on. So it means you have an opportunity now to improve. What if you get 20 out of 20? You feel elated and you will not have any scope to learn more, isn't it? So 7 out of 20 is very good score. So now you have an opportunity to be extra careful while answering questions and extra careful while grasping concepts. So it's an opportunity for you, as Neha rightly pointed out previously. So if you've done any mistake, you should feel happy that you've done it now, but not, so that you have a chance to rectify it and so that you'll not repeat the same on the final day of exam, isn't it? So Nidhi, I hope it is plus 16. Because ammonia is volatile, it can be easily be removed or dissolved. It doesn't form any chemical bond with your gold. Devna, I hope I answered your question. So Mega 16, Prithvi 16, Neetu 16, Sheena 16. Okay, Nidhi, it's plus 16, right? Gina 6, good. No. Ammonia doesn't absorb, doesn't affect the purity of gold. Gold is 99.99% pure except for platinized gold and gold calcium alloy. So it's only a surface phenomena, right? It doesn't affect the purity of gold. It's only a surface reversible process. It can be dissolved and you can have this pure gold possible. Okay, Abhishek, you have all answers wrong. It doesn't matter. 5 questions, so minus 5, right? Sirisha, are these MCQs made by you? Yes, Sirisha, I have framed all these questions. Why do you find them very tough or very easy, or what's your take on these questions? Neetu, 20, good. Okay, Preeti, you missed the first question, so you got 16. Gina, 5. Abhishek, okay, minus 5. Right. Yes, Prithvi, then see, that's the main advantage we have with these discussions, right? So you'll know like which areas you are weak in particular, and you'll always have scope for improvement. So numericals and assertion reason, so Prithvi, try working on them as much as possible. Anyways, we'll try to incorporate the same in every live session. So more or less every live session we're having these statements as well as assertion and reason, right? Yes, Ashina, if it is underheated, so that's an operator's error, right? It's an error done by operator, either underheating or overheating. But as you said, underheating, the surface layer is still intact and it's not really pure. But that's only when you have underheated it. So what's your point, Ashina? So what point are you trying to make here? So Pooja got 16. Regina minus 4. Questions are as per Prithvi's inspiration. Yes, yes, Abhishek. You'll have maximum scope for improving compared to others, right? So there is nothing to feel bad about it. Okay, Sirisha, thanks for the feedback. I feel good after seeing your comment. Yes, I do. I take pride in saying this. I do frame these questions. I do frame all the questions in textbook discussions. So textbook discussions, because we're going through the text literature, so I have this opportunity to create questions. But MCQs discussions, I'll be picking up previous papers, MCQs, and also very few questions which I have created. Ashina, right? Okay, purity is important. Yes, there is no doubt in it. Purity is important. But to achieve high quality dental restorations or gold restorations, there are four factors which are mentioned clearly in your Philips. So the reason why I haven't added that fourth one given there and I have added a new one, that is quality or the purity of gold, is to confuse intentionally, even though that is pure. I tried explaining you initially, maybe you didn't get it. Purity of gold is important, but it's not considered as a factor because we are well above it. So it's understood that gold and titanium are being used in pure forms in dentistry. Of course, they are important. So there is no doubt in it. So there is no discussion on it again. But indications of gold, the type of form which is being used in a particular clinical scenario, technique sensitiveness, and you have the fourth factor. So what is that fourth factor? I mentioned three, right? It's there in the options also. And dry operating field. So these are considered to be crucial to get high quality restoration. And moreover, you said like quality is important, right? Among the given four options, if at all, assume that you have the same question in your exam. So you have the same four options. Which option would you choose as an answer? So there is no discussion in it. That's what I'm trying to say. Purity of gold is important. There is no doubt in it. Agreed. But as per your standard literature, as per the info given in your Philips, there are four principles that have to be met in order to obtain this high quality gold restoration. Dry field, indications, it has to be properly indicated, like small class 1s, class 2s, appropriate gold form to be used, and proper condensation or manipulation of gold in your cavity. These are the four factors, right? So where does purity come here? So that's my point. So it's not that option 4 is wrong, but we're trying to say that choose an appropriate answer. So that's the intention behind framing this question. And I hope I have clarified it for you. And if you still have doubt in it, let me know. I'll further proceed. Exactly. Go for the appropriate one. You might not have an absolute answer. Why would I take pain in confusing you? And my intention is not to confuse you. But in certain contexts, you have to go for the more appropriate answer. Priti, you say it's my gratitude, I never take any credit. Why should I take the credit, first of all? If I had no proper feedback, I would be framing simple questions. But it's the feedback, it's your feedback, your everyone's feedback, which helps me improve, isn't it? So, anyways, well done. So we have some idea, right? So after this negative marking, you now have an idea like how you have been scoring. So this is very important. This is an important kickstart for everyone. And also, I've taken hours together to sit today and to modify the demo tests and daily tests, practice them, see that how you are able to score, how your thinking pattern is. You have to get adapted to it as soon as possible, right? So keep these things in mind. Yeah. Okay, sure. You didn't knew about the factors. Okay, morning we had a discussion, right? You were not there for the morning session. We had these four principal factors which are really influencing the high quality gold restoration. Exactly. If new questions are formed for NEET, they'll pick up the same questions and important points. Yeah. It's not like it's no longer you'll get only previous questions. That's all history. It's like, see, what's the point in giving the same question? The reason why we stress upon or ask you to do previous questions is for sake of practice. That's it. But we need to have new questions, innovative questions, questions which make you think logically, right? And also questions which probe your memory and your recall time. That's very, very important, isn't it? So we'll have more such questions, right? You need not worry. It's my headache. You need not really worry. I'll try framing as many new questions as possible. I'll try to grab as many different questions as possible from wherever I can, and see that you all get benefited from these discussions. Don't worry about the scores, right? Don't feel bad that you have put up a low score. Assume that I'm scoring -5. I'm not a good student. I assume that I'm scoring -5, so I'm always the least. So on top of me, you will all be lying and scoring, right? So don't worry about or don't feel bad about projecting your scores, right? Whether it's more or less, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Abhishek, Bernice, Neetu, Nidhi, Ashina, it doesn't matter. As long as you're trying, as long as you're trying, that's very, very important. Yes. Yes, Shruti always gives us valuable inputs and feedback. No, since this is Abhishek, yeah, since this is the first time we're having this kind of projection of scores, we'll not be wasting much time on this from next onwards, because next time onwards, what we do is we just project the scores. That's it. So you'll be viewing that in your live chat, right? Or I'll be just giving a read, or if you don't want me to read out your scores, it's fine. So you just project them at the end. It takes hardly 2 minutes. The reason why I'm trying to prolong here is this is very important. We need to focus on this now. Negative marking, we should get used to the pattern. We should get used to how we think and how we apply and how to apply the laws of probability in order to score or in order to make maximum use of this negative marking and to minimize that negative marking, right? Yeah. Just project the scores, no discussion over it. Since this is the first time we're having this kind of discussion, but next time onward, just project the score so that you will have an idea. It's not going to do anything good for me, but definitely it's going to benefit all of you, right? Just project your scores at the end of the session, hardly takes 2 minutes, so that you people will have some idea. I'll not read out the score if you wish, and yeah, let me do that, right? It's not appropriate for me to read out the score. I'll just go through the scores, that's it. So you people will be having idea for yourselves. Okay? Yeah, sure. So we'll break then. We'll see you again. It's 10. We'll see you again in 10 minutes, okay? By 10:10, we'll start with dentin bonding agents, right? Yeah. Bye.